The stock market is not the economy. Hey, I'm Kaleb Paddock, founder of 10 Talents Financial Planning. As we head into 2023, there's a lot of chatter about how we're headed into recession, the economy is going to be in the tank, and how this is going to be so bad for the stock market. And truth be told, that might be the case. We don't know how the markets will respond to the news. You'll see this very often where you'll have news, headlines, earnings, the Fed, and whatever was expected, a zig, a zag happens instead. So we don't actually know how the market will respond to whatever the news is, but I want to take this opportunity to remind you that the stock market is not the economy. You know, this was highlighted very well at the beginning of COVID. Remember when all of the local businesses were going out of business, having to shutter their doors? Horrible time for mom and pop businesses, but we made a distinction then that the local hairdresser, the pizzeria in your neighborhood, in your town that was closing their doors because no one was allowed to go out and support these businesses. We were kind of in a lockdown mode. Those businesses were different than Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Google. You get the point, right? Those businesses, publicly traded, billions of dollars of market capitalization, are very different than the local businesses in your town. And so we want to always remind ourselves the stock market is not the economy. And it's possible, and there have been times throughout history where you have poor news on whether it's earnings or the economy or unemployment. And while that's often very bad or can be bad for the stock market, the two are not directly one-to-one correlated. And so it's important to remember this, because if you don't, you can oftentimes get fearful or think like there's only one scenario. Only one thing can happen here. It's crystal clear. It's not necessarily always the case. That's why we need to have discipline, is because we don't know what comes next. And even if we knew, we don't know how the human beings participating in the market will react, because that is really what goes on. Humans interact in the market, buying and selling, and we don't know how human beings will react to the news, the headline, or the outcomes of the day. And the last couple of years have taught us that in kind of a magnified lesson. So remember, as you see those headlines, as you hear the pundits, the stock market is not the economy, and we don't want to get caught up in that fearfulness. All right, thanks so much for tuning in to the video today. I hope it's been helpful. Bye-bye now.